Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make an excellent steakhouse quality filet mignon. We're going to be making a filet mignon medium rare in the oven, and then we're also going to slice one up and then bake it, so it's more of a medium well for those of you that don't like your steaks too rare. This is a really easy process. I was shocked by how easy it is to make a filet mignon, and it's a really nice touch to those romantic dinners or a special night in. And guys, you're gonna love this recipe. Let's get right to it. For the ingredients, what I'm gonna use tonight is about 1.5 tablespoons of butter, 2 garlic cloves, pepper, salt, olive oil, and of course these beautiful filet cuts here. And a little tip about picking out your meat. USDA choice is what I got tonight, and I've heard if you want to make a really nice meal, that if you choose prime, it's actually gonna have less marbling, which is that fat throughout the steak, and it'll have a little bit less flavor. Of course the cut will be much more a higher quality cut, but your flavoring from the marbling will be less. So you actually don't need too much. And the butter and the garlic is for a garlic butter I'm going to be topping the steaks off with. You can also add rosemary or thyme to this garlic butter for a really nice flavor. But for the steaks themselves, you just need salt, pepper, olive oil, and the filet cuts. And I've already covered these in olive oil to put the salt and pepper on, and then sear. And there are many different kinds of oil you can use. Vegetable oil burns a little bit higher, but personally I like the flavor of olive oil, so that's what I go with. All right guys, let's prep the butter and also the steaks, and this is gonna be delicious. To get the garlic ready for turning into a sauce, all you do is cut it down the middle for both of these. And then crush the garlic to get the juices out. And you can do that by just setting down your knife and pushing really hard. Then I'm going to chop just one more time down the middle. And that's going to help bring out the garlic flavor into the butter. So just do that with the other one. Crush it first. And then chop it right down the middle. Alright, and that is ready for our sauce. The next step is seasoning the steaks. With a recipe as fancy as filet mignon, you expect quite a bit more ingredients and more steps, but it's quite simple. Just your salt and your pepper, and I use kosher salt. So you apply that to one side, and the olive oil is going to help that to stick to the steak. And be careful with your salt, because it's really easy to use a little bit too much on these smaller cuts of meat. Then you put in your pepper. I like a good amount of pepper on my steaks. Love it to have a little bit of that kick. And we'll get a little bit on the sides, but not too much. A little bit of pepper. Perfect. So then you just pat it down. Make sure all those seasonings stick. And then you flip. And salt and pepper again. Some kosher salt. Right on the top there. And finish it off with a little bit of pepper. Now, if I'm going to make my steaks pretty flavorful, as far as fillets go, I'm usually like to create a sauce. And you can also add, like I said before, a few extra ingredients to a nice butter to finish it off with. There we go. We got a nice crust going on. Just a little more pepper because I'm crazy about it. All right, and voila, that's all you got to do. That's ready for the frying pan. Another tip for cooking filet is let it sit out for about 20 minutes because the meat is so thick. That'll help you with the searing and then the baking to get it to the temperature that you want. Next, we're going to prepare our garlic butter topping. So I have 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and that's most likely more than enough for 2 fillets. Put that in there, get that melting. And stir it around a little bit. If you break up the butter, it'll melt just a little bit faster if you're impatient. Okay, now that I have the butter in a nice liquidy consistency, it's ready for the garlic. And so I get the garlic, put it in there. And I have it on about a little bit over medium heat to get the butter hot. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna mix in this garlic, get it completely coated in butter, and that's gonna help the garlic flavor to be infused into the butter. But since you have to sear your filet and bake it, you're gonna wanna turn this down while that's going on so you don't burn or overcook it. So I'm gonna bring it down to a low. Now it's time for the real show. Let's sear these fillets. So the secret to a perfect sear is to get your pan really, really hot. Burning hot. There you go. And you set these on there. Push them down a little bit. And so we're gonna sear that on one side for 2 minutes and then flip it over to the other side for another 2 minutes. Alright, that's 2 minutes. So you just jump on in there, grab it, see that nice side, how well seared it is, and flip it back over for another 2 minutes. And you don't want to move these around or flip them a few times, you just want to flip them once. There you go. And let the frying pan do its job. Alright, that's 2 minutes. So we're going to take these off the heat and put them into the oven. And I've set the oven for 350 and I cook them for anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes for a nice medium rare. And tonight I think I'm going to do it for 8 minutes. While our steaks are baking in the oven, you can see that our garlic butter has turned into a nice butter coating here. I'm just going to turn up the heat a little bit, brown the garlic a little more to give it a bit of a burnt flavor, and then this will be ready to go. So you just turn it up to about medium high, and then you just let the garlic saute a little bit longer. When the garlic starts turning brown, the bigger pieces, and these little pieces start getting crispy, that's when it's time to take it off. So you can see that some of it's getting a little bit black, and the little bits are more crispy, and the bigger bits are pretty brown. So I'm going to take this off the heat and use this for a nice butter to coat it with. That has brought all the flavor out of the garlic. Alright, time for some filet. So that's good, 8 minutes in the oven. This is going to be a medium rare, maybe a little bit medium. But here you go, I'll let you guys take a look at those steaks. Oh, those are perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take mine and serve it as is, but for pre-priest, we're going to slice that up and then cook it in the oven so that it comes out about medium well-ish. She's pregnant, she doesn't really want to eat rare meat. So guys, ideally when you're cooking steak, you want it to sit for 5 to 10 minutes so that it locks in more flavor. So we're just going to take mine, it's plated, and set it over here off to the side. With pre-pries, we're going to slice it up, put it back on the frying pan, back in the oven 350 for another 8 minutes. But I want to show you guys what these look like with the initial treatment. So I'll cut it right down into the middle. And look at that. Very, very nice. So I was going for a medium rare to a medium, and this has all pink right in here. So this has come out a very nice medium, leaning a little bit on the medium rare side. Like that. And there we go, we got that. So if you guys want more on the medium rare side, do 4 to 6 minutes. More on the medium side, do 8 to 10 minutes. So then when you just slice this up. Oh, beautiful. And now it's very difficult and takes a long time to cook a fillet to like a well done. And if that's really your thing, I would suggest butterflying them so they're thinner and you don't have to cook as long, or you have to leave it in the oven for quite some time. I would guess 15 to maybe 20 minutes. I would try 15 minutes and see how it looks. And if you want to cook it more, then go ahead and do so. So we've gathered pre-pries meat. We just lay it out in the frying pan. There we go. And since this is more on the medium side, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in the oven on 350 for about 6 minutes, and that should get it to where she wants it. All right guys, the final step before you enjoy such a delicious meal is just garlic buttering your steaks. You just get some of that garlic butter all over and put it on the top. Oh, this is gonna be so good. There we go. I try to get just the tops and the sides and not too heavy. There we go. To get a really awesome flavor. And don't worry about using all of your garlic butter. There you go. If you have to throw away some, that's okay. You don't want to spoil your steak. All right, and there we have it. We're gonna have a medium rare filet, and then medium well to well done sliced filet. All right, let's see how this turned out. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. It's a good medium rare. And for the taste. Oh my gosh. All right, seasoning and butter. Oh, magnificent. I'll get over here and enjoy your steak. Well guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you love this recipe and it really works for you. Now subscribe to the channel if you'd like to get more cooking videos, and please comment below if you have any questions. I'd love to talk with y'all, and stay tuned for what we have next. All right, have a good one. I'm gonna enjoy my steak.